Hey, what's up, my future friends? This is Kite0080 from Music's to Hang Up. In this episode, we're going to be doing an album review for the artist WTF.FM, his album Audio_TS, or Audio TS. This is a classic Vaporwave album, one that I think kind of got shoved under the limelight when it was originally released in 2013, and I just want to give it another look. WTF.FM is a Russian-based Vaporwave artist who's been releasing music since early 2013 and is still to this day releasing vapor jams that I think are a delight to consume. He's released 7 albums, 3 compilations, and 11 singles and EPs. Considering how long he's been around in the scene, it's kind of interesting that he's not a typical name that you hear passed around by Vaporwave fans. Released originally in 2013, this classic ambient Echo Jams album hits all the dopamine spots for the classic Vaporwave fans. We get smooth vapor melodies and sampling from various commercials, TVs, and movies. The first track, Here We Go, to the second track, Skyline, is a perfect introduction to what you can expect from this album. The first track, Here We Go, starts off in a typical rough rhythm cuts with guitar solo at a normal speed as Skyline takes the same guitar riff and turns it into a rather relaxing ambient dance track. The drums and percussion kind of say typical house dance music, and the melody and ambience keeps it at it pushes it into the industrial chill wave side of things. The second track, Skyline alone, shows you the mastery of what WTF.FM has over manipulating samples. If you're a 90s kid, you immediately know track number 3, as it samples Space Jam. The track SWALE, which unfortunately isn't available for listening on Bandcamp for some reason, but I think you can find it on YouTube, you can find it on the internet for sure. As it's been self-released and released with Illuminated Paths, and I'm not exactly sure which version I have, as I got this originally when I first started listening to Vaporwave. Mine has 12 tracks. Illuminated Path has 20 for some reason. The re-release on Illuminated Paths, the cassette, has 20, and I say re-release because the official release was only available on cassette, at least from my understanding. So that might be part of it, as that first cassette maybe only had 12 tracks, and then whenever it came onto a label, Illuminated Paths, they released the full album. I'm not exactly sure, there's not a lot of information. As for the album art, it kind of reminds me of DDR Max for the PS2. One of the first DDR games that I actually owned. It has this purple and green colors, and to the background, some kind of like DDR filled with the text that it shows. I don't know, it's the colors definitely for sure here. We see these large, thin fonts that says WTF.FM, and it adds at the bottom Audio_TS. At least in this case, on Illuminated Paths cover art, this one shows, oddly enough, WTF in Korean, whereas the original cassette doesn't have Audio_TS on it, only TS. So that's some variance in the album art, which is kind of cool. And then lastly, on the album art, we've got this N for Nobody, which actually has a more interesting aspect to it than what you would just think, thanks to a Tiny Mixtape album review. And again, I'm going to quote it. With the groundbreaking new content rating of Nobody comes new music from WT.FM, intended for audience of nobody. Audio_TS will move nobody's ass and touch nobody's heart. So unless you are nobody and somebody who is willing to defy content ratings, then you won't experience the new jams that nobody's talking about. It's kind of interesting, I don't know. It's called the Tiny Mixtapes. Did an album review of this album specifically. I have a lot of respect for Tiny Mixtapes, and it's something that I want music to hang up actually to turn into. Really cool stuff there. I'll put a link in the show notes to that whole album review. It's actually pretty cool. So I think that covers pretty much everything I want to talk about. Unless you're a nobody, I definitely say just don't check out this album, or do. So I'm Kite0080. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until the next one, cheers. If you guys don't know already, I have created some official Music's to Hang Up merch. We've got some Vaporwave t-shirts, as well as some stickers. And it's a great way to support the show if you don't want to do it as a monthly subscription on Patreon. Grab yourself a t-shirt. I don't get that much out of it, but more just want to spread some Vaporwave love out there in the world of owning some clothes. So until tomorrow, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Cheers.